So hello and welcome to Budget Model Railways, and a little bit of an update on the shed layout. And as you can see, quite a bit done, quite a bit changed. So in my last video I think I mentioned the idea of putting a narrow gauge 009 into this area, and I did look at it, but it's the old problem of I've got 5 narrow gauge locos and 9 bits of rolling stock, and that's it. Whereas I've got far too many 00 locomotives and drawers and drawers and drawers full of rolling stock. So I really wanted to try and extend the 00. So what I've done is I've gone and found in my big boxer track this old-fashioned Jouef, however you pronounce it, track, which is a set track, but it's only 26 inches instead of 30, and it just fits in there, And now it does need a really good clean and very careful alignment, because it is very old, dodgy track. It's 1970s track. It's 50 years old. And what I've then done is run it through here, followed the curve, run it round the back, put a Pico curve point in there so that we can have another little station here with a passing loop. It then runs round the back, and then we come to the feat of engineering, which I'm calling the flyover. Now this is more Jouef track, and then actually some second radius through there. And I think it's called a dog bone layout, where it loops, and this is, I guess, a curved dog bone. So as you can see, what happens is the loco turns itself round. Now this bit will be non-scenic, okay? So the scenic area will start where the white board is there. And this really sort of demonstrates my way of doing engineering. So this is, oh, excuse me, not the camera. This is all foam board. Now, normally I would mount it on foam board, but these are bed slats. When we threw away Doug's old bed, these are bed slats, and they are exactly the right height. So although normally I don't advocate using timber, they're exactly the right height. So they're quick and easy to get the raised area built. And you can see that the main line will still run through the cutting there. What I've then done is this has been made, because I've got this shed evolved, as you know. So this is a different height to this, to this, to that. And so what I've done is I've mounted it on a foam board flyover. And this is why you don't need timber. This is light and quick. You cut it with a craft knife. I've no idea how long it would take to do this with plywood. And I'm not very neat and tidy. I don't use it all carefully measured out. I just use offcuts, supports. This bit here has got a bit of a branch out, bracing, and it's perfectly adequate to run trains and locos over. And it does clear the fiddle yard on the second attempt. Some of the supports were derailing trains. So that's really where we've got to. Now, I don't have any plans for what the scenic area is going to be. Beyond there being a little bit of station there, I don't know if I'm going to fill in the cutting there that the train goes through. I don't know if I'm going to cover some of this back track so it doesn't make it look quite so obvious. I will be putting, I think, town or village or something in. The original idea is that the road there will continue over the short straight here, level crossing, and into that area. But I don't really know. Now, obviously, I was going to have a nice little harbour here, and I do have a nice little collection of ships and boats. So what's going to happen with the harbour, if I pan a little bit slowly, because I know people don't like me panning too quickly, will be this area. So Doug's at uni now. I've got I can take that printer out, and potentially this then will become the harbour area, but on the main line with a siding. I might even move, Budget Bear says hello, the sander there to give me a bit more room. So this area will become a harbour, which makes sense, kind of leading over the bridge and then into the countryside station. Great little locos, these little Lima. Can't remember what class they are. I want to say 94, but I'm not sure. But that one's a lovely runner, absolutely lovely runner. So what you'll have now then is another 00 track, separate. And what I've done is I've wired in one of our double controllers, because then it only uses one adapter, to run the upper level and the main loop. So quite a lot of progress. It took me a week of evenings and spare times to get it built. An awful lot of track cleaning, because it is very old second-hand track. And as I say, at the moment, I've no real ideas of scenically what's going to happen to it. Except I'm quite excited about all the possibilities. So I'm going to bury myself in the books, get some ideas. Now, the advantage of this track is, as you can see, the Bobo diesels will go around it. Most of the 060s will go around it. Strangely enough, my B12 will go around it because it's an older loco. So it doesn't have to be just an 040 because of the tight curbs. And I have got room to get a loco and 6 or 7 wagons in the passing loop. So I can run 2 trains. And so effectively, if I pan back a bit, you'll see that I'll be able to sit and watch 3 different trains going round my shed layout when it's finished. So I'm quite excited about all that. So a rapid change of plan, and equally for me, usual rapid build. And now we can take a bit of time enjoying doing the scenery. So there you go, lots of changes. Thank you very much for watching the videos. We're getting some really high watching numbers, which is much appreciated. Do please spread the word. If you like what we do, then you know, share it, talk to other people. But thank you as always for liking, watching, commenting, subscribing, and we will do another update very soon.